Project Veritas, as you know, is run by James O'Keefe. If you do not know, Project Veritas is an organization that does its best to expose corruption, malfeasance in our media, or what have you. Project Veritas finds itself back in the news today because they wanted to spoof the Washington Post. Yes, the Washington Post. Jeff Bezos. Is that a bee? No, it's not a bee. It's a ladybug. It's a ladybug flying in my studio. Now, the Washington Post, as you know, is owned by Jeff Bezos, which was purchased by Jeff Bezos for more money than the paper is worth. He got a contract from the CIA, which is worth more money than the paper is worth than what he paid for the paper. But hey. Most people don't care about that. What they care about is that the Washington Post has been the one who's been publishing all the allegations against Roy Moore. Now, Roy Moore, the Alabama, he just won the nomination for the Republican Party. He's also been alleged to be a serial sexual harasser and molester of children. So people are saying that Washington Post is going after Roy Moore dishonestly. And Project Veritas was there to prove that that was the case. So what they did is they sent in a woman. They sent in a woman to fabricate a story, totally false story, to the Washington Post and try to get the Washington Post to run with it. Washington Post wants credit for not running with the story and finding out this woman was a liar and finding out they were being spoofed because they saw this woman walking into the offices of Project Veritas. And they said, aha, now we have you. You thought you got us, but we got you. You thought you got us, but we got you. This is from the Huffington Post because I will not pay money to read the Washington Post. Washington Post has a pay gate, and I will not cover stories. I will not pay a fee to read their shitty newspaper. I just won't do it, man. Won't do it. Won't do it. Won't do it. So I'll use another entity that's reporting on it. Another attempt to discredit the Washington Post. Roy Moore reports backfires. The sting attempted, apparently led by Project Veritas, was the essence of a scheme to deceive and embarrass us, a Post editor said. For weeks, Republican Senate nominee Roy Moore and supporters of his Alabama campaign have attacked the journalistic integrity of the Washington Post for publishing what they say are false allegations. That Moore sexually harassed teenage girls when he was in his 30s. One of the allegations is that Roy Moore used to cruise the malls looking for hot chicks. When I say hot chicks, I mean very young, like girls, teenage girls, to the point where they stopped him from going to the mall. I don't know if that's true. Another allegation I've heard is that Roy Moore used to call up to the school, or did call up to the school, to ask a teenage girl out on a date or something. I'm like, what the hell? What is this? What is this? I don't. Unlike some people, I would rather these allegations be false. I would rather they be false, truly. This is a despicable action. Despicable acts if they're true. I'd rather they not be true and this all be false allegations. That would be a travesty of justice, but it would be better than to have this man preying on teenage girls, don't you think? I mean, what's more important? I would rather that. But let's go on with the article, folks. Earlier this month, a woman named Jamie T. Phillips approached the paper with allegations that Moore, in his 40s at the time, had impregnated her when she was 15. About 2 weeks of interviews with her, the Post confronted her about inconsistencies in her story and about a GoFundMe page under the name announcing a new job working in the conservative media movement to combat the lies and deceit of the liberal MSM or mainstream media. So hold on to everything, guys. The story that Jamie Phillips was pitching was a very salacious story. It's a story that you would want to believe if you were the Washington Post, because it's a story that's definitely going to get you a lot of clicks. It would have started a whole new news cycle. New news cycle. It would have started a very prosperous news cycle if it was to take hold. You mean to tell me the allegations were that, but when he was 40, he impregnated a 15-year-old. Now, we all know this is not true. This was the plant story. But according to this, and I'm just going according to this, maybe Project Veritas will have a different story. They vetted it for 2 weeks. I don't know how to say this, and I think it just needs to be said. O'Keefe, it looks like you made them look good is what you did. 2 weeks they sat on the story. For 2 weeks they checked it. So, hey, I mean, what can you do? I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. If there's corruption, we want to expose it. But if the inverse occurs, the opposite happens, we got to be like, okay, cool too, right? We got to be cool too, right? Because we're not here to smear, right? We just want the truth. And if the truth is they do vet their stories, if the truth is they aren't just grabbing every Roy Moore story they could find, no matter how shady, improbable, far-fetched, how rewarding financially it would be, but if they are vetting those stories, then even if you don't like the Washington Post, you got to admit they didn't take the bait, right? Unless they did take the bait, and this is all spin. But it doesn't look like spin to me. It doesn't look like spin to me. So it looks like O'Keefe took one on the chin. Is there anything else here? It says here, this is only the latest in apparent sting attempts against the Post in light of its bombshell Moore reports. Maybe O'Keefe was unable to get them this time because they've had their guard up. They said the latest in an apparent sting of attempts. If there's been a lot of attempts, that means there's more than one. So possibly they knew this was coming. And Miss Page posting on her GoFundMe page using the name that she's also using in the story, kind of a giveaway. This is the internet, Miss Phillip. You at least make up a name. I don't know. All right. Give it up for that story, guys.